Howdy, friend. Spitz here, and this is Feed Bandit, the Texas first outdoors podcast. If you have ever been walking through the Texas woods and seen a deer that looked like a phantom, you know how exciting our outdoors can be. It might be solid white, or deep chocolate brown, or covered in bright white spots like a little fawn that just never grew up. But the real thing that makes your jaw drop is the head. Instead of regular points sticking out everywhere like a whitetail, this deer has antlers that look like big, flat hands or shovels. Those are fallow deer. They originally came from places far across the ocean, but they have been roaming the Texas hills for a long, long time. They like our hot weather and our thick cedar trees just fine. Today we are going to dive deep into the world of these cool animals. We will learn how they live in big herds, how they hide from danger, and exactly what it takes to find them in the thick brush. We will also talk about why they are a special part of our Texas outdoor tradition. Fallow deer are incredibly smart creatures, and they are masters of survival. They live in family groups, which means there are always a lot of eyes, ears, and noses looking out for danger. If one deer gets scared, the whole herd takes off in a flash. They love to eat grass, clover, and the leaves from small bushes. In Texas, their favorite places to hide are the thick cedar breaks and the deep draws where the sun doesn't shine too bright. Because they come in so many different colors, they can be very hard to see. A dark brown buck can stand perfectly still in the shadows of a live oak and completely disappear. You have to use your eyes very carefully and look for the small details, like the shape of a leg or the twitch of an ear, to spot them before they realize you are there. Ranches brought them here many years ago, and today they are a big part of the landscape, especially in the hill country. They have earned their place in our outdoor heritage by being a tough and beautiful challenge for any woodsman. Let's get into the technical deep dive on how to find and hunt these unique deer. My first big tip for you is to look for their wide antlers. We call these palmated antlers. That is a big word that just means they look like the palm of your hand with fingers sticking out. If you see something flat and white moving through the brush, it is likely a fallow buck. Their antlers grow all summer long under a soft skin called velvet, and by the time the fall arrives, they are hard rock and ready for battle. My second tip is to listen for their sounds during the breeding season, which happens when the air gets crisp. The bucks make a loud, deep grunting noise that sounds like a heavy burp or a growl. It is a very strange sound that doesn't sound like any native deer. If you hear that guttural growl coming from a thicket, move very slowly because a buck is right there showing off for his herd. My third tip is to look for their feeding areas. Fallow deer love green fields and open flats that sit right next to thick cover. They like to come out to eat when the sun is going down or just coming up in the morning. That is the best time to sit on a high point with your binoculars and watch the edges of the woods. My fourth tip is to watch the wind like a hawk. Fallow deer have incredible noses, and if the wind carries your scent into the brush, the hunt is over. They will let out a short, sharp bark to warn the rest of the herd and disappear into the trees. Always make sure the breeze is blowing directly into your face when you are stalking them. My fifth tip is to look for their sleeping pits. Fallow bucks will scrape out small bowls in the dirt where they lay down and leave their scent. If you find a fresh, wet pit with a strong musk smell, you know a big buck is using that area regularly. Stay still and watch the shadows. We care about fallow deer because they show how much life and variety we have in our great state. Even though they started out in a different part of the world, they are part of our Texas tradition now. We respect them for their toughness and their beauty. Preserving the tradition means taking care of the land so that all these animals have a healthy home. It means being a good steward of the pastures, the water holes, and the trees. Protecting the legacy means teaching our children how to hunt with honor and respect. When we harvest a fallow deer, we use the meat to feed our families. Fallow venison is very lean and has a wonderful clean flavor that makes fantastic steaks and sausage. It is a true blessing from the land. When we stand tall as Texians, we promise to look after our wild places so that the next generation can see a spotted buck running through the oaks just like we do. Treat the woods with respect and they will always provide for you. So what do you think of that? Are we right on target, or did we totally miss the boat on that one? Email us at howdy@feedbandit.com and let us know either way. And don't forget to check us out at feedbandit.com and grab some gear to show off your Texas First Outdoors pride. Preserve the tradition, protect the legacy, and remember, always support your local feed store. If you're there for them, they'll be there for you when you need them the most out in the field. Stand tall, fellow Texian. We'll talk soon.